Oh, yes, the past can hurt. But the way I see it, you can either run from it or learn from it.
So The Lion King is easily one of Disney's most popular movies. It's easily like one of the most popular movies in just cinematic history. We've seen the story, there's been sequels, there's been plays, TV shows, there's even a live action movie that haunts OG Lion King fans in their sleep. For what it's worth, I kind of liked it, but. So you might be wondering, like, what else can we learn from this 26-year-old behemoth? And, I recently got a chance to just sit down and watch it and let it simmer, and it dawned upon me. You can make like 10 videos about The Lion King, from the directing to the family dynamics shown in the movie, just by the score in general, and the music and the feels. You can learn a lot from The Lion King. So today I want to talk about the motivations and the mental lessons that we can learn from the psychology of The Lion King. That's the thing, yeah, that sort of thing. We're gonna get started with that. Lesson 1, you get a break from reality. You're mentally taken out of this world, you're taken to this whole new world, to the African plains and setting of Kenya/Tanzania. I'm probably murdering that name, but yeah. Something cool that I didn't really catch just my first 100 times watching The Lion King is that there is no dialogue in this opening scene. There's just a song, and just by the words alone, the song tells an amazing story. You're taken to all these animals, they're rushing to get to Pride Rock to see the future king. You see Rafiki, you see Mufasa, and you see one of the most iconic scenes in cinematic history, which is Rafiki holding Simba over Pride Rock, and all the animals, they go ballistic over it. Statistical side note, would you imagine if Rafiki accidentally dropped Simba?
Simba?
But thankfully he does not. He presents Simba. Reality is broken because we're so invested into this world and into this story. And we look forward to this future king. All the animals are excited about it, except one lion, Scar. So let's break down one of the first lessons in this movie, the psychology of a villain.
Life's not fair, is it?
Even though I wear prescription glasses and pretend to be a professor, I am not a doctor. It's safe to diagnose Scar with some sort of psychological disorder. Now, what's a psychological disorder, you might ask? A condition that affects mood, thinking, and behavior, often causing a lot of dysfunction. Like I said, I'm not a psychologist, but I'm getting some antisocial, aka Joker vibes from Scar, and also some narcissistic, aka arrogant vibes from Scar, and these two conditions will lead him to believe that all that matters in his head is him getting what he wants, him being king, and him lacking any empathy for anyone else.
There's one in every family, sire. 2 in mine, actually. And they always manage to ruin special occasions.
Zazu's like speaking straight facts here, no lie. And I don't think Scar can completely help it because we have to do a little history lesson. He grew up being really not liked much by his father. Guess who was though? Mufasa.
Ooh. Do it again. Mufasa. Mufasa, Mufasa, Mufasa. Ooh, it tingles me.
I'm surrounded by idiots.
Mufasa was the favorite, and this kind of can be traumatic growing up, knowing that no matter what you do, you can't please your father. Scar grows up not properly dealing with that jealousy, and it just manifests into hate for his older brother, and eventually for his nephew.
Sarabi and I didn't see you at the presentation of Simba.
Must have slipped my mind.
Yes, as the king's brother, you should have been first in line.
Well, I was first in line, until the little hairball was born.
And what a perfect way to start this movie off. There's already a little bit of tension between these two brothers, but we'll skip forward to baby child Simba.
My son is awake.
Before sunrise, he's your son.
So this kid is honestly everything a kid should be. Optimistic, fun, they listen to their parents. Kind of the complete opposite of me when I was a kid, but anyways. Mufasa's showing Simba the ropes. Simba's all like,
What about that shadowy place?
That place is the disastrous events of 2020. You know what? Let's do a take two.
That's beyond our borders. You must never go there, Simba.
So who would tempt the kid to go somewhere he's not supposed to be? Oh, I know.
Uncle Scar, when I'm king, what'll that make you?
A monkey's uncle.
You're so weird.
You have no idea.
Yeah, people who are weird, they say things that they're not supposed to. Like, for example.
An elephant graveyard is no place for a young prince. Oops.
An elephant what? Whoa.
Oh, dear, I've said too much.
He takes the innocent kid who's inexperienced, planted that little seed, and now Simba wants to go to the elephant graveyard. So fast forward to Simba, he goes, meets up with his childhood friend. They talk for a little bit.
So where are we really going? An elephant graveyard. Wow!
Shh. Then this clip plays, which I will probably come back to in a future video.
Meaning?
One day you two are going to be married.
Yeah.
Anyways, Simba sings a song about wanting to become a king. Zazu gets body slammed like a tennis ball. It's actually pretty funny.
That's far rather uninspiring thing.
And shout out to Disney for doing the animation like this in the early 90s. There's a lot of just jaw-dropping animation, which is pretty cool to do in the 90s. But anyways, we'll fast forward. They make it to the elephant graveyard. Everything's fun and dandy until, hyenas. Fun little chase scene, and Simba does something which is pretty courageous and brave, and it doesn't come to a surprise because most kids want to imitate their parents, so he wants to imitate Mufasa, and he decides to roar.
That was it?
Well, I guess that could have come better, but thankfully Dad saves the day. Dad saves the day, hyenas run away, Simba is in trouble.
I've got to teach my son a lesson.
So he's in trouble. We've all been there as kids. Do something you're not supposed to. You think your life is over. I'm thinking Simba's gonna be grounded for the rest of his life. And you think Mufasa's all like, you can never leave Pride Rock again. That's my Mufasa impression. But nothing really too bad happens to Simba. Mufasa teaches Simba an important life lesson that we can just play in this clip.
Simba, being brave doesn't mean you go looking for trouble.
But you're not scared of anything.
I was today.
You were?
Yes. I thought I might lose you.
And then there is something very, very important about the scene I want to talk about. The vulnerability of Mufasa.
Oh, I guess even kings get scared, huh?
Mm-hmm.
This is something cool where you don't realize how relatable your role models can be. Your role models have weaknesses, and Mufasa was scared that he would lose Simba. And this is something you can learn through your parents, through a parental figure. And this sort of shows this nice dynamic duo between parent figure and, their child. And it's a bit of like a gut punch when you hear this next line.
And we'll always be together, right?
They're pals, everybody's happy, but, everyone except this one lion.
And you couldn't even dispose of them.
Oh, plot twist. Scar was behind it the whole time. He wanted Simba to go to the elephant graveyard because of the hyenas and, makes sense.
It wasn't exactly like they was alone, Scar. Yeah, what are you supposed to do? Kill Mufasa?
Precisely.
So Scar's had it, he's sick of it, he's gonna devise a maniacal plan to get rid of both Mufasa and Simba in song form. Be prepared! And basically he gets the hyenas to go along with it because he promises them food and propaganda. And let's be honest, they're not the sharpest tools in the shed, so Scar has everything he needs to complete his plan, and we're off running. Like literally the next day. He tricks Simba into thinking he has a surprise for him.
Hey, Uncle Scar, will I like the surprise?
Simba, it's to die for.
He brings out every African, buffalo known to man for a stampede, and Scar tricks Mufasa into thinking that Simba's in trouble.
Oh, look, sire. The herd is on the move.
Mufasa, quick! Stampede in the gorge. Simba's down there.
Simba.
Now question, every movie you've seen, probably before this movie came out, you're always used to thinking that the good guy wins, that there's always going to be, punishment for the bad guy. His plan always fails, he never gets what he wants. And it honestly starts to look like that. Until...
Long live the king.
Well, that kind of got dark. Lesson number 3. Bad things happen. Some freak accidents happen in life and it feels like you have absolutely no control over it. And then this can be really damaging to someone like Simba or someone who's young and a child. And it creates this idea of, even though we're conditioned to think the good guys always come on top, you know, this movie display that sometimes the good guy doesn't always win. Sometimes the bad guy gets away with it. Poor little Simba has lost his dad. And I'm surprised. We would think the Scar would do something to Simba, like, you know, try to attack him, but he does something even worse. He mentally attacks him. He mentally mind tricks him into thinking that he caused his father's demise.
No one ever means for these things to happen. But the king is dead. And if it weren't for you, he'd still be alive.
What am I gonna do?
Run away, Simba. Run. Run away and never return.
And we have to remember, Scar is already on a, you know, villain high. All his values and stuff, they're just declining deeper than the Marianas Trench. In his mind, all that matters is being king. He lacks empathy for anyone else, which is why it's not a surprise when he says these 2 words about his nephew.
Kill him.
Because his father didn't show him as much love and affection as Mufasa. He never fully handled it. And as a result, he let it manifest into hate for his brother and his younger nephew. And because he was treated unfairly, his philosophy are his first opening lines in the movie.
Life's not fair, is it?
You can say it's like an Infinity War ending. It's like on a cliffhanger. You're like, oh, what happens to Simba? Is he gonna make it? We'll leave it as a cliffhanger. This is part 1. We can come back on part 2 to discuss more about it. This was a long video to make. If you like the animations, let me know down below. If you like the storytelling and the editing and stuff like that, let me know down below. If there's anything you liked about the video, you want to see more stuff like this, honestly, just let me know down below. So thank you guys for watching. Remember to stay mentally fit, emotionally fit, and physically fit, and I will see you all in part 2.